Overwatch is a game really close to my heart. The closed beta period in late 2015 and early 2016, a few months before the original release, was probably the most hyped I had ever been for a video game, and for good reason. Blizzard's marketing was truly incredible at the time, with hero spotlights, animated shorts, stories, teasers and trailers, all increasing my excitement even more. I still strongly remember checking my Battle.net account every single day for months to see if I got into the closed beta. Spoiler alert, I never did. And how back on May 24th, 2016, 14-year-old me was rushing home from school like never before, all because Overwatch released and I could not wait a second longer to play it. Let me tell you, the game did not disappoint. But all great things had to come to an end. After the sudden announcement of, in my opinion, redundant sequel to Overwatch, the original game stopped getting any meaningful updates almost entirely, leaving us with a game that quickly became a shadow of its former self. Well, after a troubled development with delays and little to no communication regarding when Overwatch 2 will release, and also what it actually even is, the game's PvP beta is finally here, giving at least some of the public a chance to try it out. Many people, myself included, missed Overwatch's magic, and were eager to see if Blizzard managed to bring at least a part of this magic back. Well, did they? Let's find out, now that Overwatch 2 is playable at last. Yeah, let's try that again. The Overwatch 2 PvP beta is here. Overwatch 2 changes things around and adds quite a bit. First and foremost, team size has been reduced from 6 to 5 players. This reduction is by far the biggest core gameplay change, as now each team only has one tank hero, altering how the matches play massively. But I'll get into that exactly a bit later. Content-wise, Overwatch 2 will have plenty more in ways of new content when it releases, but for the sake of this beta, we got 4 new maps: Circuit Royale,
Welcome to Circuit Royale.
Midtown,
Now entering Midtown.
Toronto,
Traveling to New Queen Street.
and Rome,
Arriving at Coliseum.
with the latter two being maps for the new Push game mode, in which both teams fight for control over a robot who pushes the currently controlling him team's special barricade deeper into the opposing team's side of the map. The team who pushed their barricade further claims victory once time runs out. We also got Sojourn, a new damage class hero who wields a powerful railgun, shoots bomb-like projectiles dealing consistent damage in an area, and has a lot of mobility with fast slides and high jumps. She's also... Oh. Overall, she's a really good, fun and satisfying mid-range hero who rewards good aim. Something that I clearly don't have. Other than that, many heroes received changes of varying magnitude, but the general rule is that they removed the majority of crowd control abilities from non-tank heroes. In addition, a few heroes got substantially reworked. Orisa is now basically a brand new hero. With a javelin she can spin and throw instead of her barricade and pulling orb, and a brand new ultimate to boot, making her significantly more dynamic and proactive, changing one of the least interesting heroes into a super fun one. Doomfist is now a tank, with his uppercut removed and replaced with his incredibly intense new ability of Arm. Finally, Bastion got wheels. Also, He lost his self-heal but got a grenade in return, and his ultimate now changes him into a mortar instead of a tank. He's far less clunky and relies less on a single gimmicky ability, making him a lot more well-rounded. Lastly, there's a new ping system. It's a system akin to the one in Apex Legends, and it really is becoming industry standard in shooters, and for good reason. It's easy to use and helps a lot with on-the-fly callouts. Now that we know what's new, let's finally talk about how Overwatch 2 actually plays. Like I said earlier, the removal of one player from each team changed the gameplay a lot. There's less chaos and people are on average slightly more spread out. This, coupled with there being less shields since the tank number went down to 1 and far less CC, creates more opportunities for picking someone off and duels, while also increasing their value. That gives individual players more space to shine, and I like that. I really don't think team play has been made any less significant, as a coordinated team can still pull off some incredible plays and will always prevail over a non-coordinated one, but your success now relies slightly less on your teammates not being about as useless as tits on a ball and staggering by diving in when the rest of the team is going back from spawn, preventing the entire group from grouping up, although that still happens.
My ultimate is charging. Captain Amari, reporting for duty.
I think in a game that 99% of us want to play at a level where everyone is perfectly coordinated all the time, that's a good change. I also think that in general this pivot towards less cluttered battlefield makes Overwatch 2 more tactical. I feel like I can make more thoughtful decisions in regards to my positioning and better choose who and how I focus with the extra space available, while also allowing me to see the impact of my decisions more clearly. Add to this the fact that the reduction in bullets and abilities flying around leads to less random deaths and other less than ideal situations, and you have an experience that is just less frustrating and more satisfying overall. Despite all these changes that make Overwatch 2 a more controlled, less overwhelming environment, Overwatch 2 retains all the high-octane action that made its predecessor feel so immensely fun to play, and builds up on its crazy variety even more. Teamfights are just as incredibly intense and have the potential to last even longer, with less ultimates to quickly multi-kill the enemy team, and someone getting bursted down instantly by fire from multiple heroes at once not being as common. Those extensive, tense confrontations still constantly demand 110% of your concentration and abilities, and there are few games that can induce such a state of flow in me so consistently. The heroes are more fun than ever thanks to aforementioned changes and the new addition, with multiple more coming for the main release. Although I will say that getting another DPS as the first new hero in such a long time is a bit puzzling. Come on Blizzard, compare those two pictures! Aren't there enough damage dealers for now? Tanks at least got the reworked Doomfist and Orisa, but supports were left behind completely, both in terms of new content and helping them adapt to the new rules. Which leads to my main gripe with this beta. Supports really got the short end of the stick here. Playing supports in Overwatch 2 is hard. Supports were always the prime targets for assassinations, only now there is a tank less to help protect them, and since the one tank is most likely busy fighting on the front line, supports have mainly been left to fend for themselves, which, let me tell you, doesn't end well for the majority of them. As a support in Overwatch 2, you will probably spend more time running away from Genjis and Tracers, or rather trying to, than healing your teammates. I don't know if the correct way to help them would be to increase their health or add more utility to their kits akin to Anna's Sleep Dart or Moira's Face, or even something else entirely, but I really feel like they could use some help. So, all in all, despite a few issues, Overwatch 2 is awesome, and in my opinion, an improvement on the original game in many areas. However, truth be told, it simply doesn't feel like a sequel, but rather just a couple of updates to the original game stacked together. Does it still being really enjoyable make up for the absolutely mind-boggling decisions Blizzard has taken in regards to this project? Leaving Overwatch 1 basically to die and turning things that should have just been added in regular updates over time into a new game for the sake of who knows? Since it turns out the PvP portion will be free to Overwatch 1 owners anyway, probably not. Yet, I still can't help but feel that I missed this. I missed the excitement of landing a good ultimate and turning the tides of battle in my team's favor. I missed this crazy colorful roster of heroes and can't wait to see more characters join it. I missed Overwatch, and God, is it good to be back. Thank you for watching this video. I approached it with a slightly different mindset than the previous one. I tried to be more natural and humorous. I also apologize if my voice sounded weird, as I am currently recovering from sickness and I didn't want to delay this video because I'm passionate about Overwatch. I really am, and I can't wait for it to release and play it. I might even make follow-up videos for the future betas, or even for the full release, we'll see. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the slightly different style of editing and presentation. And once again, thank you for watching. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the comments, hopefully. I can't wait to have a discussion with you and hear what you think. So yeah, that's it. See ya.